Hi, Jack Summers here. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about our new higher current WheeStat potentiostat, right? So the old WheeStat looks a whole lot like the new WheeStat because they come in the same box, right? So um, this new one should have a ability to output plus or minus about 2 to 300 milliamps of current, whereas the old one was limited to about 6 or 7 milliamps. Okay, this one here you can see just from the physical shape of it. It's got these what is it called? Vent holes in the top. Bottom has vent holes too. Since the bottom has vent holes, we're going to drag the air through that, or we're going to perhaps let it diffuse through it, convection. And so we're going to need to put some little feet on there, right? So I got 4 of these little feet that should come in the box. I don't intend to glue them on there myself because that will, I believe that'll keep it from going into the size box I want to send. So trying to keep our costs down, that's the idea here. So a little bit of super glue. You got 4 little spots on the bottom. You can glue those things too. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so the kit should come with your potentiostat. Should come with a 12 volt, 1 amp wall wart power source. 4 of these little feet, like I said, and one of these USB memory sticks with the software in it. We don't have the software all finished up yet, but when we do, that's what it'll look like. Little USB micro USB. All right, so we've had some trouble with people plugging in the USBs incorrectly, and I just want to point out that the USBs, this is not a USB-C, which is symmetric, so this has to go in with the 2 little prongs on the top, and if you try to put it in there incorrectly, you can break off the little USB micro socket, right? And you don't want to do that because that'll just mean you'd have to repair it. Okay, on this end of the potentiostat, you have the output wires for the electrodes, the electrode connections. Black is the working electrode, green is for the reference electrode, and red is for the auxiliary or counter electrode. This has attached to it a 20 ohm resistor. Okay, so a 20 ohm resistor is pretty small, and that's what we're going to use to test to make sure that we can push all the current through that we are saying we can push through it. All right, so we have, let's see, we have the USB connector, we have the power source, you plug that thing in like that, and on the other end you have a switch, okay? Switch has 3 positions, down does nothing, middle does nothing, up turns the power on, okay? That controls the power to the microcontroller as well as the amplifiers and such, okay? So there's no issue of having the power wrong. All right, so inside, so right now I don't have the screws in that hold it together so we can get inside of this. We have 3 different printed circuit boards, right? The microcontroller board is almost stock TIVA microcontroller board, evaluation board from Texas Instruments. I say it's almost stock because turns out you have to remove 2 little resistors to make this work. And I don't know, well, I do know why they did it. I asked the Texas Instruments people, and they said it was to make the things backwards compatible with other hardware. Okay. Anyway, you take those off, it's not going to hurt the microcontroller, and if you have questions about where those things are found, then let me know and I'll answer your questions. Okay, so we have the Texas Instruments board. We have our main amplifier board here in purple, and over here we have another board that has some amplifiers and some power generating stuff. Anyway, the electricity comes 12 volts in here. We got the ground coming off of it. Comes over to the switch. You turn the switch on and you start powering stuff. One of the things that you're powering is the fan over here. Okay, I'm not sure the fan is absolutely necessary. I guess time will tell, and we will see what we can do without the fan, right? Fan makes a lot of noise. If it gets on your nerves, then unplug the little JST connector there and just take the fan out. We'll see how that functions. Let's see. So we said you got to make sure you plug in the micro USB cord up, right side up. All right, I guess that's probably a lot more than you wanted to hear, but that's kind of what we got at this point. I'm going to be working on the software, and I'll post more as it becomes relevant. Thank you.